Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Madison and I'm on the floor. So you know what that means. It is time to play my TBR game and pick out my TBR. I play like this escape the graveyard kind of theme, but it's just like a game board that I made on Canva. It's fun. It's like a good time. And I try and get the things that I already have planned in my brain on the TBR, but sometimes it's not very nice to me. I have a lot of plans for August. I am getting married, first of all, so that's going to take up a lot of my time and energy, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to be married, but that's going to leave less time for reading, so hopefully the TBR board is nice to me. I have quite a few arcs to get through and a couple other things that I want to do. So those are my thoughts, my plans, and let's get into the TBR game and do our first roll. As always, we have a guest. Here's our game piece. And let's get into it. Excuse me. Thanks. 6. An arc. Okay, so for my first roll, I'm picking Coffin Moon by Keith Rawson. This, I believe, is about like an apocalyptic situation between a man and his stepdaughter, and I believe it's zombies. They start in Portland, Oregon and end up in North Dakota, which is actually really crazy because I currently live in Portland, Oregon, and I grew up in North Dakota. So I feel like that journey is going to feel familiar to me. We've driven it multiple times at this point. So I'm familiar. I think that part's going to be really fun. I started this like the first 4 chapters months ago and I really liked it, but I just haven't had time to continue, and now is the time because this does come out on September 9th. Also, Keith Rawson, a very nice man. He was in conversation with Nat Cassidy when I went to go see Nat Cassidy here, and he was super nice. And I think he's going to be in conversation with another author very soon. I believe it's Daniel Kraus for this book. I haven't read it and I don't know that I'm going to, but I would like to get this signed by him, but I would like to read the arc before I get it signed by him. And I don't know if they're doing it for this book, but there is a UK like special edition company called Black Crow PR, and they're doing like a really cool set of 2 of his books, like the eyeball one, and then there's another one. I haven't read anything by Keith Rawson yet, so I am interested to see if I'll like this. We don't have enough zombie books that are currently happening, so I definitely need that. And also his covers are so beautiful. I really, really like his covers. 3. A 5-star prediction. Okay, then for 5-star prediction, I'm going to be continuing We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. I'm like 50, 60 pages into this. Really loving it so far. This is a prequel to Bunny, but it actually happens after the events of Bunny, so I don't really know why they're calling it a prequel. I don't even necessarily know if it would be a sequel. What's actually happening is all of the bunnies, all of the women that she was in the MFA program with, are telling their perspectives of what happened in Bunny from like their points of view. This is the very beginning. I don't believe that it would be a spoiler, but they basically have her tied up after she has written this Bunny book. Like the book Bunny is in this universe too, and they're mad at her and they're just like kind of giving her the business. It's very fun. The way that they speak, their internal monologues are so fun and absolutely unhinged. Also, Mona Awad is coming here soon, so I'll be able to get an arc signed by her, which is really cool. I also would like to read All's Well before she comes, but I don't know if that's going to happen just because I have so much to read. But that's like the theater kid one, and also weird girl stuff that Mona Awad has written. But I'm really excited for this. I'm not choosing to reread Bunny, and I read Bunny like a couple years ago, and I think that'll be fine, so I'm not too worried about that part of it. But yeah, so far so good. So much better than the cover. I was originally of the opinion that the prequel didn't need to happen, but I'm just having a really good time. Really good, really weird time. Okay, roll 3. 4. New to my TBR. Alright, so the third roll gave us a book that I've acquired relatively recently. This was in the past month. It was actually in the past couple of weeks. So I think that we're good. You actually just saw me acquire it, and that's You Weren't Meant to Be Human by Andrew Joseph White. This is going to be so good. I'm like a third of the way through it already, so that's going to be helpful for this month just because I have so much going on and I need to get to it anyway. This one comes out, oh, I don't think I mentioned it, but this comes out on September 23rd, and this one comes out on September 9th. So all of the arcs that I'm trying to get to in this month probably come out in September. I have a lot, both through NetGalley and physically. Mostly through NetGalley though. But this one is about, the biggest trigger is forced pregnancy, but there's also worms happening, like a lot of worms, and this is his adult debut. Alien meets Midsummer in this chilling debut adult novel from award-winning author Andrew Joseph White about identity, survival, and transformation amidst an alien invasion in rural West Virginia. This is about a trans man who's going through a forced pregnancy, and as per usual, Andrew Joseph White puts a lot of himself in the main character, and also just like bugs. Lots of bugs are in this one. I think that this is going to be a tough, vile read, but I'm very excited for it. More so. And the way that this book is broken up is in terms of trimesters. I wonder if birth is one of the chapters. The epilogue is called Postpartum. So I don't know if it's going to warn me when the birth is going to happen or what is going to happen. But I think it's going to be devastating and disgusting, and I cannot wait. Four. A fantasy book. Then I got fantasy, and one thing that I am going to try and do this month is read, I don't know what this series is called, but the Paladin series by T. Kingfisher, because Rose City Comic Con is happening this month. There's a few authors that I'm very excited to see. There's T. Kingfisher. I don't own anything by John Scalzi, but I read When the Moon Hits Your Eye this year, and that was a lot of fun. Rachel Gillig is going to be here. I don't have a copy of The Night and the Moth, but I might go get one and get it signed because I did like it. And then Annie Davenport's going to be here, and I'm really excited about that one. I also have an arc of Our Vicious Oaths. I don't know if I'll finish it in time, but it's going well so far, and I really like the Blood Trials. So I have the Blood Trials and the second one in that duology that I'm hoping to get signed by her. Very exciting. It's going to be my first Comic-Con. I don't think that Portland's Comic-Con is very big. I think that it's going to be a pretty chill experience for my first one, but I am excited to like meet a bunch of authors and stuff. All of that to say that I got the UK covers of the Paladin series by T. Kingfisher, so I'm going to be starting with Paladin's Grace. This is also on my r/fantasy bingo board, so that'll be good to get through because I'm not doing great on that. I think I'm only like 20% of the way through, but there's still time. Paladin's Grace is a darkly whimsical, cozy fantasy featuring sock-knitting paladins, badass perfumers, courtroom hijinks, and a heart-racing romance. I'm so excited. I've been enjoying T. Kingfisher's writing. It's a little bit more cozy than I usually intend to read, but I still usually have a good time. So, excited for this one. I know that she's like on the board a lot, but it is in fact not about her. 3. Okay, pick a card. Not the spinner wheel. When we hit spinner wheel, I actually just made a bunch of spinner wheels, so let's get into that. I think I might just hold up my computer to you so I don't have to screen record. Okay, so this is our first wheel, and obviously it's intended to pick from my physical TBR. However, there is even the option of getting a new book, so that would be like the worst odds possible though. Okay, now we have to go to the physical TBR wheel. And it looks insane because I have so many, as we have just found out, so. I will be reading The Deep Sky. I think that's by Yume Kitase. I didn't even have to get up for it. This is a sci-fi book I've been meaning to read from Yume Kitase for a really long time. And obviously I'm excited to get to this. It is the eve of the Earth's collapse. One ship carries humanity's last hope, 80 elite individuals who will birth a generation in space. But halfway to the new planet, a bomb kills 3 crew members. Asuka, the only witness, is an immediate suspect. As the mystery unfolds on the ship, poignant flashbacks reveal how Asuka has chosen to represent Japan as a half-Japanese girl raised in America. With the crew turning on one another, Asuka must find the culprit before they lose faith in the mission or the bomber strikes again. This sounds really good. I'm very excited about it. And I know a lot of people like Yume Kitase, so I'm hopeful that I do too. This sounds like pretty good. I've been enjoying like the classic sci-fi, not like the literary sci-fi, but the space-based sci-fi. So I think that this will go really well. And realistically, it's not like that long. I'm hoping I can get it from Libby on audio too, and just like kind of, it'll be one of my audiobooks for the month. A horror book. Okay, then I got a horror book, and the only physical horror arc that I was planning on reading this month is Spit Back the Bones by Tegan Olivia King. I think the cover is stunning. I haven't heard very much about this, to be honest, but it says that it's for fans of Midnight Mass, which I haven't consumed yet. I know, I'm sorry. Comes a haunting new horror romance. I do love a horror romance though. That's like my favorite genre. Something dreadful is festering in the old Thomas Bog. For years it's done what it has been taught to do. It swallows, but it's done following orders. Love a sentient bog. I can't wait for this. I don't know if this is a debut book. I think that this is their first like full-length book. And I'm just so excited for it. It sounds so good. And I'm hopeful that I really like it and can like bring an underrated book to people. That's like my favorite thing. A nonfiction. Okay, now I got nonfiction, which I had not really had in my head for the month, despite my goal of reading 1 nonfiction a month. But hopefully this gets me back on track for that. Just finish out the last quarter really strong. So what I think I'm going to pick, because I didn't really have it in my brain to do, is something short and something that I've been meaning to get to for a really long time, and that is Mutual Aid by Dean Spade. This has been like impossible to get through my library, so I didn't end up picking up a copy, specifically from Bishop and Wild, if you're in the market for a new Portland bookstore. Building solidarity during this crisis and the next, and we've been in constant crises, so I think this will be really good. I am definitely not the best at mutual aid. I come from like a very like selfish perspective, I feel like, so this will be good for me. Mutual aid is the radical act of caring for each other while working to change the world. Survival work, when done alongside social movement demands for transformative change, is called mutual aid. I desperately want to get into this mindset, and I think that this is going to be really helpful for me, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use it as a tool, and it won't just be like a nonfiction book where I learn some facts, like, oh, that's cool, and then move on with my life. I'm hoping that this sticks with me. Free. We love to see it. I am going to be picking up Paladin's Strength by T. Kingfisher. I really want to read this whole series this month. We'll see if that happens, but I love this cover. Look at her. I want to read about her so bad, and these covers are so good. Paladin's Strength is the perfect blend of cozy fantasy, romance, and classic fantasy adventure, featuring an order of secretive nuns, a swashbuckling paladin, and a strange hive of rabbits. That sounds excellent. I'm very excited. Gets 2 of these on my TBR. Let's see if we can continue adding them. I don't even know what role this is at this point. An arc. That's great. Okay, then we got Arc, I believe, and the only physical arc that I have left in my pile is Happiness and Love by Zoe Dubnell. This is a vicious, hilarious, propulsive, and unexpectedly tender debut from the world's most nightmarish dinner party from a virtuosic new voice in fiction. Also, she's so tiny. Like, look at how cute she is. I'm so excited. I love an almost square paperback. I think that's so fun. I think this should also go really quickly. So, this is more literary fiction than I probably typically read, but I'm still really excited for it. I love a mess. That is one thing that will get me to read like contemporary or literary fiction, is messy people. So this should go well, I think. We'll see. I'll obviously update you. This is giving me so many. Something that's been on my TBR for a long time. Okay, you're stuck with editing, Madison, because I forgot to pull something that was on my TBR for a while. I'm picking a Bookish Box special edition because I haven't had Bookish Box for a really long time for like a variety of reasons, but I'm picking up House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this. I just bought the audiobook because it wasn't at my library. So I'm committing to this one. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I hope that I do because it is a really pretty book. But if not, this will be on my Pango by the end of the month. Even if I don't read it, if I can't commit to it, I'm getting rid of it. But it is really pretty. But it's been on my shelves for multiple years at this point. So it's either being read this month or it's gone. Look forward to that, I guess, and let me know if you've liked this. And then something that is new on my TBR. Then I am fudging this one a little bit. The last new to my TBR, I'm getting another Paladin book on there. This one is Paladin's Hope, and I'm pretty sure it's the only queer relationship one, so that should be exciting. Also, a lot of good people have been blurbing these. I think Alex E. Harrow blurbed pretty much all of them. It's the same blurb, so she probably only blurbed one of these. Emily Tesh, Naomi Novik, Catriona Ward, Louisa Morgan, I'm not sure who that is, and KJ Charles. I also have the last one. This is going on there regardless. Melissa Caruso, but for Nettle and Bone, and then Shannon McGuire. So that's really promising for this series. But as far as Paladin's Hope goes, this is a darkly cozy queer fantasy romance with a thrilling murder mystery set in the same world as Paladin's Grace and Swordheart. I have not read Swordheart yet, though. I feel like T. Kingfisher's backlog is so long. I'm fighting to catch up. But I'm also adding Paladin's Faith onto this as well. This one is a heartwarming, cozy fantasy featuring a sensual bodyguard romance and thrilling political intrigue. Love a bodyguard romance. So that gets all of these on my TBR. I'm obviously just like adding this one on, but I'm very excited for these. I have a ton on my NetGalley shelf to get through. This is them. I'm not going to go over all of them or this video will be too long. And then the only other two that I have in my grubby little hands to read are the book clubs that I run. So I run a fantasy book club in Portland. If you're interested in joining, I can put the link down. But it is only in person. And we will be reading The Will of the Many by James Islington. I've obviously already read this. I'm excited to reread and tab it. But this is our September pick. But we meet at the very beginning of the month, so I have to read this in August. I'm so excited to do a reread. I'm so excited to get back into this world and discuss it with other people. I think that this is going to be really well liked in my club. I really hope so, because I already know this is a 5-star book. I'm actually rereading 2 5-star books this month, which is great. So The Will of the Many is one of them. And then the other one is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, which actually just got a film adaptation, which is so exciting. I am so excited for her. It was one of my favorite books of 2023, and I can't wait to reread it and also discuss it with people. I tabbed the crap out of it. I'm probably going to tab the crap out of it again. I can't wait to hear what Gioan has to say again. This is just like a disgusting weird girl literary fiction horror thing that happened, and I loved it, and I'm excited to expose more people to it. This is my way too ambitious TBR. I'm not even counting them. I don't want to know. We'll see if I get through all of this. I'm going to do my darndest, but as always, I don't force myself to read or anything. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you're reading this month, what you're most excited about, or if you've read any of these and have loved them. Don't tell me if you've hated them, because I don't want to know. I'm so sorry, but I just don't. I want to be excited about these books. And if you've made it this far, just let me know you're here. If you don't have anything else to say, leave me an eyeball emoji for The Eyes Are the Best Part. And I will see you probably in my wrap up next. Bye.